What you'll find in the beginning of the season is that Baze is this, very irresponsible sort of. He's a rogue and he's a cad and he's sort of this ne'er-do-well, like frat boy who doesn't want to grow up, and he lives with his roommates and he drinks a lot and he plays video games and he lives above a bar and he doesn't want to take responsibility or mature or grow up at all. And then Lux shows up in the pilot, right? And what we see in probably the first, so let's break it up into quarters. So in the first 3 episodes, what you see is this sort of man-child trying to move into this new skin that he's now found himself in as a dad. And then in the second quarter, from probably like episodes 4 to 7, I would say, or 8 maybe, you see Baze really embracing being a dad and wanting to be a dad and wanting to figure out how to become a father. And one of the conflicts is that he's ill-equipped because his own father hasn't been a great example. So what you see in episodes 3 and 5, you see this relationship start, and then in the season finale, you'll see that sort of come to a head, and you'll get sort of the complete arc of Baze's journey in season 1 is how does he embrace fatherhood if he's never had a really great example, and how does he put that to rest, like kind of almost like confront that demon in his life, and then when he embraces his broken sort of past, he's able to then move forward. So I think what we see by the end of the season is a little boy who's kind of growing up. So then I would say then in the third quarter, he's now wanting to be a dad, and what you're watching him do is sort of figure out, okay, now he's a father, but now he's starting to like develop something for Cate. So now there's all of a sudden this, he's got the LUX thing is working out, and then they have their ups and downs. They have peaks and valleys. So you'll see episodes where they're really, really close and like tight and great father-daughter, and you'll see a couple episodes where they, they're not getting along too well. And then in this third quarter, you'll see Baze and Cate have a little bit of romantic interest, and then in the last quarter of the season, you'll find some fireworks as things sort of unfold and develop and move. So yeah, you'll see a lot of changes in Baze by the end of episode 13, and I would say that the sort of the general wash of what that change is a maturation process. You watch this guy mature, and sort of he wanted responsibility, he takes responsibility, then he starts to become responsible. So, and as an actor, it's a really great. I've had like an incredible journey on this show. I mean, it's so much fun to come to work every day, and we just did a scene in my bar with my dad, and it was like this really, we have an amazing director named Jerry Levine who gave us the time and the freedom to just really get in there and get kind of dirty, which you don't get to do on television that often unless it's, like Showtime or HBO, heightened drama, like off rare things. So for like your basic cable and especially your free television, you never really get to go to this kind of place, and it's so we're having a lot of fun. What you're watching is this family grow and blossom, and what I love about it, like what I really like what drives me as a person when I have to come to work and put on Baze as an outfit, as a character, as an actor, it's such a heartbreaking story. Like you have this little girl who grew up wanting so much and was never able to have all the things that she wanted. And it was basic. She wanted a mom and she wanted a dad and she wanted to know who they were, and she didn't. And her situation was in that she never had somebody. It wasn't like she got adopted and had parents who loved her. She was just bounced around, boom, 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 right? Baze, what you find out throughout the course of the season is that Baze wanted to be accepted and wanted to be loved by his dad. And he's a failure. So Baze looks at himself as like a failure. So you see these people who are just broken-hearted. And then Cate is there's another example where Cate, like here's this woman who's she's trying to be all so together, but she's just like, like a sieve where she's just leaking out at every seam, and you know what I mean? And it's heartbreaking. I think that the world needs to be a little heartbroken. I think it's the goal, right? You jump into love to get your heart broken a little bit, but you know what I mean? You do things in life. Like everything that's sort of worth anything, it breaks your heart. So it's fun to be a part of a show because there's so many options for television. There's so many, you could get a job and be, it could be shameful work. And this is not. This is awesome.